Hi guys, this is Charles. Well, today is gonna be I'm gonna have two more videos. This one and the next one. Today I'm gonna talk about the event yesterday. As you know, I was preparing for that competition, so I'll tell you a little bit about how it went and everything that I went through in the day. And the next video is just gonna be about me putting together the pictures, like before and after, or stuff like that, or random crap. Anyways, a collage of the event and things like that. So that's going to be the last one of this series, and then I'll go back to doing my workout videos. I know some of you are more interested in that. This was mainly for my own benefit, but I thought if I put it on the internet, some people might benefit. People that are willing to try this kind of journey, having a little blueprint of what I went through. Anyways, so Sunday was the day of the competition, and I've been having a tough time sleeping, and it wasn't any different. But I tried to stay in bed. I tried to get as much rest as I could. Um, we I had breakfast at about 7 a.m., which was 4 egg whites, rice cake, and some honey on the rice cake. I had the rice cake about every hour or every 2 hour, and sometimes with honey, sometimes without. So that's what I was trying, and that's what I was told was efficient, and maybe it worked. I don't know. I have no idea. I've never done this before, so that was fine. The prep for the competition. I mean, it was a good first attempt because it was their first time running the show, but some things were slow, like the athletes preparation camp was, didn't give as much details as it could, and things like that, and people were a bit confused about how to do the T-walk and stuff like that. The atmosphere backstage was wicked, it was so nice seeing all this guy pumping up and, looking so great, like amazing physiques and stuff like that. And it made me feel so good to know that I belong there. Because one thing I was afraid of was that I'll go there and I'll be like, okay, I look good in the average population, but within this elite folks, I don't, which I still did. Like I said, the competition was fierce because people looked amazing. Like there was about 16 people in my category, and just based on the physique, I think I would have been top five. Just based on the physique. My first walk didn't go so well. I mean, there was nerve, and the lady on the mic was confusing, so she confused me. I also had trouble smiling. My swagger wasn't quite where it should be. So I knew already I hadn't done myself any favors when it came to that. But the posing was all right. The physique spoke for itself, but the swagger wasn't as good as I think I needed it to be to win, especially when you could see other people that spend so much time practicing their posing. But that's something for next competition, because I was like, okay, now I know I can get my physique to that stage, but now I know that it is quite required to know how to display the physique too. That's a skill that needs to be had, to win one of those. So great learning experience from that point. There was quite a lot of categories and things like that. Now, for a first competition, I think they ran it pretty good, but unfortunately, they made unforgivable mistake, and for me, anyways, that's one of the reasons I'll probably not compete with in this competition, TFE event, TFE Total Fitness Extravaganza, um, because basically what happened is after the two after the second walk, the judge weren't even paying attention to the competitors. I know the weight of the second walk was only 40% of your total score, but they had made up their mind completely after the first walk. So having us wait another 2 hours to make a walk that was useless, because some of them weren't even watching the stage, because they had made up their mind. Making us wait so much time, and we're talking about people starving in the back there. Yeah, not cool. And And so we knew already anyways who were the best in our categories. Like we had our top three, in our minds. Everybody had the top three. Like two were pretty much the same in everybody's top three and whatnot. I wasn't in there. Don't worry about it. Um, like I said, I loved what I did, but I know I didn't perform to merit being there. So I'm okay with it. It's the first time, and it gives me space to grow. But anyways, when they called out everyone, the three that won, it was a shock because I had one guy that everybody had on the top three that didn't make it. And even worse than that, the three guys that they picked were bodybuilders. And when I say bodybuilders, I don't mean that they entered as bodybuilders. They entered as muscle models, but they were bodybuilders. Um, the physique was a bodybuilding physique. It wasn't a muscle model physique. And secondly, they did bodybuilding poses. That's all they did. Now, I find it offensive that on the registration form it said very clearly that bodybuilding poses were gonna be marked down because this is not the bodybuilding class. And yet the only three people that mainly did bodybuilding poses, I mean I'm talking serious bodybuilding poses, the only three people that did that ended up in the podium, which is ridiculous because how can you reward what you said is not supposed to happen and should be marked down? You know, now I do understand that the judges didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know that when you judging people in a class, you have to judge it in the criteria of the class, which they just looked at. Okay, I'm a bodybuilder. I like bodybuilder types. This guy is a bodybuilder. I'm gonna ignore everything that is on the paper, what this class is supposed to be about. I'll take the guy I like, you know. And that is an absolute mistake because after the competition, every muscle model was just like, "This is crap. This is crap. Like you can't reward what you said it wasn't right, and plus this is not the class we joined. We didn't join this class to have to do bodybuilding poses." Um, so, anyways, that's one of the big mistakes that they've done. And I know, I mean, it's obvious. I mean, the guy that runs the show is a bodybuilder. The magazine that sponsors it is a bodybuilders magazine. Every sponsor were pretty much like super intense bodybuilders. So, but you still expect that they'll be smart enough to follow criteria. Second thing that they could have improved on is the weight categories. They had some categories with weight, but yet they didn't weigh people, which was unbelievable because some guy looked a lot bigger than the category he entered in, and there was no weighing, so we couldn't tell, and he won his category. So some people are gonna feel cheated, which is a pity. Um, but anyways, show went okay despite these big things, but it went okay. It was a fun time. I had a great time. I'll definitely compete again because I think I learned so much more and pushing myself there, getting that discipline. I want to continue. Um, After that, we went to the Chinese buffet. Yes, I'm smiling. So yeah, we went 30 minutes before closing, and they were like, "We're closing in 30 minutes." I'm like, "I'm gonna serve myself as much as I can." So yes, I went crazy at the buffet, and we were the last people. They even told us we could take everything in like takeaway containers because they were gonna throw them away. So we did. Um, I bought a few bottles of Smirnoff. I thought they would help me sleep and stuff like that. I bought some ice cream and stuff like that. But I drank some of the Smirnoff, but I didn't eat any of the cookie because I was like, you know what? Yes, I want to enjoy food to heaven, but there's no point going overboard. I still want to look good. I still want to keep that six pack, and I don't think I want to decondition that much. So I won't. I would be going with if it fits your macros. So I won't eat as clean, but I'll still try to fit everything in my macros. I'll slowly increase my caloric intake. So this week like 2,800 calories. Next week like 3,100 until I get to my maintenance, which should be around 4,000, considering I'll still be training. Um, so yeah, that is it. think so. And yeah, I mean, if you can look at the abs, so okay, obviously you couldn't shoot it all the way down, but since this was the day after the competition and I had all that Chinese, I thought they would all disappear, but they're still kind of here. So I think I'm still a little dehydrated. I still look kind of good, which is good. And yeah, next video I'm just gonna put the little photos and collage and montage from the competition, and I hope you enjoy. But thanks for having tuned in, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye.